I would like to introduce you to the story of Lynn Heubach. Lynn is an active entrepreneur who owns and operates a few small businesses and who speaks four languages. She always had a desire to impact others by combining her love of travel, the outdoors, cultural exchanges, friends, and languages. She's lived in Europe and Latin America. She was even hosted as a foreign exchange student in four countries, and she loves to stay connected with others to inspire where she can. Several years ago, she was introduced to traveling a different way, and she joined and then launched a travel club business where she can help impact her family and many others as she shares what's possible in travel, mentally, spiritually, and physically. So, welcome, Lynn Heubach.
Thank you. Have a good day. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Now, you are in the travel business, which has got to be a little scary right now. Why don't you tell us about what is going on?
Well, it's just like every other industry right now. We are learning and adjusting as we go by day. So much has come by unexpected of all these changes with the airport shutdowns and the port shutdowns. And pretty much everybody is being forced to stay inside and just take precautions because we don't know how bad really this is. And we hear reports, but who really knows the full impact and how long everything will last. So we're totally adjusting for sure.
Now, you have a membership organization. So, have you just talked to your members and said, hey, we don't know what's going on, but as soon as we do, we'll help you?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there's updates that are coming on um, through our pipeline consistently, and a lot of it is again we just don't know because we're as a travel industry and like with any other business that's out there, it's subject to whatever the governments are allowing to have open as a critical business. So yes, we are aware that there's changes. It's just what can we implement and when. It's still a big unknown factor. Is it going to be 2 weeks from now? Is it going to be a month from now? We just have to wait and see. Like every business is going through right now is like, when is it going to be safe to open and what's it going to look like when we do reopen? So,
And is that the hardest part for you, the unknown?
yes, because we all know that life is doors will reopen for not only the travel industry, for the airlines, for the cruise ships, for hotels and resorts, restaurants. Oh, to what capacity? Are they going to be halfway empty? Or nobody knows right now, and nobody knows what the restrictions and guidelines are going to be. So we know that everybody wants to get back out there and pursue travel and just be around people again and have fun and be energized and get back to normal. But until we're allowed to, it's literally on hold.
What have you found? Now, a lot of the airlines and the cruise ship industry are seem to be offering some pretty good deals. Are people taking them, or are they saying, no, I'm just going to wait and see what happens?
Well, good question. It's about 50-50 for the people that I stay connected with, my friends, my colleagues, because certain things have already been extended out. Like we thought we would be able to travel in June. Well, now that's maybe being pushed to July because we don't know. However, the airlines pretty much across the board have dropped their prices and they've got like a 2-year no cancellation fee, no problem because think about it, they're desperate. They want bookings. So they're offering phenomenal deals right now. And I would tell anybody, if you've got someplace that you got to be, let's say 60 days from now, getting us into like mid-June, go ahead and start booking those airlines because you're getting fantastic prices. Cruise ships, I'm just not quite sure on yet. I don't think anybody knows. I would hold off on that for probably about another 4 to 6 months before realistically I would book anything because we don't know to what extent those operations are going to be up and running. airlines, we know that there's going to be flights. The world is going to open up again. So that's where I'd really tell people right now that the best opportunity is to book airline tickets. Um, I would just hold off on your hotels right now. Reserve that at the last minute.
Unless you can have a good cancellation policy.
Yes, and every airline that I know across the board right now, they're already putting notices out there that there is no fully refundable flights. They want those ticket sales. They're going to be lenient because they still want people to be able to travel. There are still opportunities out there, and there always has been, to be able to buy trip insurance. So that still exists out there. Just the airlines are offering something additional benefits so that everybody gets the opportunity to realize these savings. And when I say savings, they're probably about 25% of the price of what they might have been 60 days ago. So yeah, there's deals out there for sure.
So tell me a little bit about a membership travel company. Tell me the difference. What do you do?
Well, it's very, very exciting because a lot of people might be familiar with like Sam's Club or Costco. Are you familiar with either one of those?
A
So
little. Mhm.
yeah, so our company, and I would love to be able to say get credit that it's my company, but I'm part of a bigger company that goes out and buy these trips and these resorts, these fantastic excursions and getaways at bulk prices. And they pass it on to the members. And we've got 4 different levels of membership. So there's something for everybody, from somebody that just wants to get out there and maybe have just a once a year vacation, to the absolute elite. They want private jets, private yachts, white glove treatment. It's something that everybody has access to, but they don't have to spend so much money doing this all on their own. And that's the thing I absolutely love about this. And I've been doing this for about 7 years. And let me tell you, Nan, my husband and I have gone some fabulous places. We've met fabulous people and friends from around the world. And the people that we know and love locally, they are going like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. Are you kidding me? This is the best kept secret. So the deals that we get access to, and they're still ongoing, they're just on hold right now, they're realistically about 60% of the price that anybody would find online otherwise. So we always have the guaranteed lowest prices. And that's what membership benefits give you, is kind of like that peace of mind that you don't have to really go do all your research someplace else, because if you do and you find it anyways, you get refunded and you go for free anyways. So it's kind of like a win-win, no lose.
What's your favorite place that you've been?
Well, it's usually the last couple places that I went to. In October, my husband and I went down to South America, and we were in Peru. We went and we hiked Machu Picchu. So that is still lingering as just this iconic place, and it didn't break the bank. And we just had a fabulous time. And so it's usually the last place that I went to.
So how has the pandemic affected you personally?
Well, I'm sitting at home a lot more often in front of the computer. And actually, like, what I'm doing is I'm staying in touch with a lot of different people, and I'm inspiring them very differently to just keep their dreams alive. You don't have to give up hope. And for example, like next week, I'm hosting on a webinar a travel dream vision board. It's like if you can't get outside, well, then let's create the memories that you want to create, or go back and let's look at some memories that you had created on some of your old photos, and let's create something that you can look at digitally to inspire you, like, yeah, we had so much fun on that last trip. Now what's next? Where can we go? Where do we want to go? If we're stuck inside, we don't have to give up on our dreams. And that's one thing I really try and explain to people as much as possible, is like, dreams don't cost anything. It's all up here, and it's all in your mind. I mean, we can all adjust to all of this stuff just by thinking and acting a little different. And it's just a few adjustments. That's all. And it all starts up here, and it manifests everywhere else. So keeping a good mind clarity, focus, optimistic is absolutely critical during these times.
And do you have people make a little wish list or anything, or do you start talking to them about even what they're thinking
Absolutely.
about?
Gene, next week.
And that's the webinar.
Yes, because yes, the webinar I'm doing, and it's a free webinar. It'll be hosted next June. I've just created it today. Got to finish all my launching, but this has been in my mind for like the last 3 weeks of like, how can I uplift people and inspire them and still get them thinking like, okay, so when we're allowed to leave, all the lockdown, wherever we are, it's like, so where do we want to go? What does it want to look like? And it literally right now, Nan, it's as simple as, maybe I just want to have a birthday party or a live one, or the graduation I wasn't able to have. Well, what will that look like? Just being able to be out there with friends and family again and hug. It's like, what is that going to look like? And just imagine the joy on people's faces. Just, wow, we can touch people again. We can be around them. It's just, I truly believe that we're going to come out of this with just a much fresher, like, appreciation of life and liberties, freedom to be able to go out and be with our friends and just go to the park or go to the beach or, drive to whatever store we want to that's open, or a restaurant. I mean, that's some real stuff that we don't have that access to right now. So, a dream trip, if you will, to go to some elaborate place, destination outside the United States might be too far reaching for people right now. But maybe in the next city or the next county is still doable, or just maybe around the corner. So everyone has got something a little bit different that they're looking forward to. And that's my goal, is to help inspire people to take action. Like, so what does it look like? If it's going to be a party, what's that party going to look like? What are you going to do at the party? What are you going to wear? Are you going to be able to get dressed up and wear your hair up and makeup? And, it's simple things like that we've forgotten over the last month and plus. What does that daily life look like?
And maybe we appreciate it a little more when we didn't have it, and now so we understand how much we miss it.
Absolutely. Well, and I'm glad that you said that, because I know, like, when I lived abroad, as a student in high school and throughout college, I spent a portion of every year living in a different country. And every time that I came back, I appreciated the United States so much more because of things that, the liberties and the freedoms that I had in California. I didn't get them in, the different countries that I was in, whether it be over in Europe or throughout, Central and South America where I lived. There's certain things that we just took for granted. And I think that's what's going to happen now, is the people that, especially the kids that, they've been stuck inside and they've had to have class, in their room, in their house, and they can't go outside. I believe that they're going to appreciate things a lot more than they had in the past. And maybe that's a good thing.
Yes, and I think we can easily forget quickly as well once we have it back. So we have to kind of remind ourselves, hey, remember how we felt when we couldn't get together?
Yeah. And we couldn't have toilet paper on the shelves.
We're worried about things like that.
Yeah, I mean, simple little pleasures. It's like, wow. I mean, we take it for granted. So I always believe that there's a silver lining in everything. And, I think for every individual, every family, every business, we have to find that to still stay balanced and sane and, keep it all together.
Well, thank you so much for bringing your positivity to us and your thoughts. If somebody wants to jump on your webinar, do you want to give them a URL?
Yes. So hold on a second. Well, I'm going to say right now, the best way for people to communicate with me would be via email, because I will have that webinar all fully up on Facebook here shortly. But my email is travel@travellynn, that's TRAVELYNN, the number 2.com. They can also connect with me on Facebook at Lynn Heubach, LYNN.Heubach, and that's Heubach. And that information will be up on Facebook here shortly. That's what I'm working on today. I wish I had everything. I'd have to pull down my computer and give you the whole URL for my Zoom webinar I created probably a couple of hours ago. And I'm learning this as I go, because technology is changing daily, right?
That's really true. And getting better, really. So many things that we didn't have before, we have available now. I love it.
Yeah, it is a great alternative. And I have to say thank you so much, Nan, for connecting with me on social media. You saw a post of mine. And I'm grateful to be able to connect with you, and if in some way inspire others to be able to create a digital travel vision board and they don't know what that is, please connect with me in one of the forms that I gave you.
Okay, and then you can maybe give us your URL and I'll put it right in the body of your description.
Absolutely. I'll find it. I just have to figure out how to.
Don't worry, you'll find it.
I will find it, because I did have to paste it to Facebook event. So, it's all new technology for all of us.
Well, thank you so much and have a great time on your webinar.